Friends of our channel and YouTubers, welcome. Answers of an Alien from Andromeda, Video 121, August 23, 2014. These are answers to many questions accumulated on the same subject. Mythy: when we die and go into the fourth dimension, what happens to the bad elements that abound here? Is there any screening to separate them from normal people? A few years ago I quoted the fourth dimension, the blue beings, and explained vaguely as would the return cycle to the third dimension. I will illustrate this point a little more, because many have doubts about what was said. Friends, very few of the third dimension when disembodied go directly into the fourth dimension where are the blue beings. There is a zone between the third and the fourth dimension that you would call limbus, or border zone, in which the vast majority of disembodied spend some time before the rescue of blue beings into the fourth dimension, and the consequent rescheduling to the next reincarnation. This intermediate zone is obligatory passage, as layers to be transfixed. Your mind just goes to another layer when you have the necessary density for such. Your auric frequency is personal and not transferable. It's the only way to set the stage that you will continue your development as being. As an example, say you passed away now, and you have outstanding issues or things to fix that's still disrupting your aura. If your frequency is too low, you will wake up in the periphery of the zone, that is, in the shadows, away from light. These suburbs are where gather all the spirits with dark aura, harmful, violent, animalistic and misfits. Is a place that you could call as a living hell. These remain in that periphery until they develop their consciences enough to wake up in a better neighborhood, and so continue the path. You see, when your quantum energy leaves the physical body of the third dimension, it is in an protoplasmic state that is very close to the physics still matter. You still keep all your senses as hunger, thirst, pain, heat, cold and vices because you are still very close to the area you just leave. This intermediate zone is as if you were there physically. You will have to eat, drink and shelter. It will be a place like earth, mud, insects, animals, forests and deserts. As you guys say, like attracts like, all who are in this low zone will have to fight for food and shelter with their peers. These may take many years or many hundreds of them, wandering through this area until they can be rescued to a better area in the zone. The more your auric frequency is light, you will see yourself in a more suitable environment, with everything you need to live, eat, drink and nice places to shelter without having to fight, having access to assistive technologies for your development and learning. There you can participate and help in the development of other consciences, and will have your time to adjust to this new reality, rapidly expanding your own level of knowledge and conscience. When you're ready, you will wake up in a new day already at the boarding station to the fourth dimension and being greeted by the blue beings. Only if your aura is light enough you will see yourself directly at the boarding station for a place that could be called paradise, taking advantage of your literary terms. Each of you is solely responsible for the place where you wake up after your disembodiment of the third dimension. I hope I have clarified a little more this issue for many of you. Volunteers want to know what to expect and when, what can be said. Those who are truly voluntary and not just people waiting for a possible individual rescue, these can be used by all crews who need to interact with uninformed communities. Imagine a message of your PTB-controlled media saying that there is an alien attack and we are hostile, urging the people to try to attack us, before they realize that we are there to help? If these populations find that we have patricians of them aboard the spacecraft, will be easier to understand explanations that can be transmitted and facilitate this interaction. If this opportunity happen, all volunteers will receive subliminal messages that will make you wait to make contact with its crew with which they will interact. The families of the volunteers will be supported throughout the duration of their participation in operations. Have patience and await the events. Friends, as you are seeing, your PTB is losing control of the situation by incompetence of the machine fitted to perform all actions planned, including the economic holocaust of the system. Pleiadians reported that the 3 nations from your region called Asia, which are against the nations dominated by current elites, installed a system for generating scalar waves, much like the HARP system, orbiting the planet in several dozen points that covers the entire planet. In the case of being used for mass acts of depopulation, the system will be disabled and destroyed in seconds by probes that are on duty monitoring the whole process of activation. The Pleiadians already for some time are monitoring not only nuclear weapons, but any aggressor system that can be used to direct weapon against any region. Anyway, take great care, as the enemy of your enemy is not always served to be your pal. They can only occupy the old place to go to subjugate the people the same way, exchanging the old PTB by another equal or worse. By analyzing the current situation, and by the very poor quality of hideous people who predominate in your current elites, I believe anything can be better than those who still maintain economic power on the planet. Rest assured that this time not cowardly acts of one side or the other will be allowed. That goes for the 2 factions that vie for control, because here we are monitoring all movements in real time, and then we will have the expected order of interceding. I am unable to give predictions about regional events, but important facts may happen within the next 30 days in the Pacific Ring of Fire, and on mainland North America. In the coming days the Arcturians will be finalizing the dismantling of the base near the Canary Island and the base of Iceland, leaving the regions due to the nature from now on. The planet is teetering on the nucleus given the fragility of the geomagnetic field that is adapting to the new position that will hold by the next millennia, and it is messing with the climate and the beat frequencies of the planet. You will notice interference on your electronics, especially in image and sound during these adjustments. Many of you will notice these changes of beat frequency as a ringing in your ears that can increase and decrease during the day. Keep your attention on the planets of the solar system. Several strange changes may arise in the next 30 days. I showed up to talk about these issues quickly because we are helping several simultaneous operations on the system, and I have actually had very little slack. I hope to spend here more often, to keep the information up to date with you. Stay healthy and well, all of you.